Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I hope you're all doing well. It has been such a long time since I've filmed a sit down, but I feel like I owe you one because I've been gone for such a long time. But I had a forced evening off today, so I figured, you know what, let me just get ready and sit down and finally film a couple unboxings. So today we're going to be unboxing this little cutie. It was the first bag that I bought on my Italy trip, which I went on just around the time that I disappeared from YouTube and social media in general. I actually technically bought this piece before I even got to Italy, and I'll go more into that later. FYI though, before I go on a complete tangent, you can go ahead and skip to the next chapter if you're just interested in seeing the unboxing and hearing about the bag. But basically, just to give you a bit of an update, it's around the last week of November right now, and I think the last time I posted was like middle to end of August, so it's been a while. Shortly afterwards, I went on my trip to Italy in the beginning of September. Overall, it was a really good trip. I told you guys I was gonna go shopping, and shopping I did go. Honestly, I really wanted to come back and start posting like my unboxings and sharing all my photos and videos on Instagram and stuff. But I'm a freelancer, I don't have paid days off, so when I came back, I had to kind of make up for the time that I was gone, also make up for the extra bag that I bought because I went to Italy planning to buy 2 bags and I came back with 3. So I came back and I went straight to work. That was around like the end of September. And then October was really just for me about getting back into a routine. And then right at the end of October, my mom had a stroke. And so since then, I've been really on edge with everything. I've been just trying to, balance kind of making sure she's good and getting to all of her appointments and doing everything she needs to do. She's not the best patient. Yeah, just kind of keeping up with her and keeping up with work has just been a bit crazy over the last few weeks, but things are looking up. I finally feel like 2 months later that I am ready to kind of get back into the groove of creating content for YouTube. I have so much to share with you guys, not just on YouTube, but also on Instagram. I have so many pictures and videos from my trip that I just haven't been able to even sit down and edit yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of getting through those soon, but I decided to come back to YouTube first. Right, all of that to say that I am back. If you're here watching and you've been here for a while and you haven't given up on my channel yet, I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you. But yeah, let's just get into the unboxing, shall we? Oh, before we get into it, one more thing. I was originally going to do one video unboxing all 3 bags. However, because each purchase kind of has a little story behind it, and I don't want this video to be super duper long, I think I'm just going to do one individual unboxing per video, and I will do the unboxings in the order in which I purchased the bags, if that makes sense. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the first bag that I bought on my most recent trip to Italy, and then I'll tell you a bit more about it, how the purchase came to be, and my overall thoughts and impressions of the bag so far. So first impressions of the packaging, it's quite sleek and simple. It has the same sort of minimalism as Saint Laurent packaging, which I do really like. Here is the care booklet. Here's the dust bag. And here's my first piece from Celine. It is the Mini Claude Bag in shiny calfskin leather and the color light stone. The bag measures 5 by 4 by 2 inches cubed, or 12 by 9.5 by 4 centimeters cubed. So it is indeed very mini. I love the color, and I think that the leather is so beautiful. And if you look really closely, it's also striated, which I think gives it a really nice texture. Opening it up, you see that it has gold hardware and a button closure. And it also comes with a removable and adjustable strap. The inside of the bag is one main compartment, which also contains an inner flat pocket along the back wall. And as you can see, the bag has calfskin lining. So it is an all leather bag. In terms of the strap, it is removable and adjustable, and it can be attached by threading each side of the strap through the leather loops under the flap and snapping the button closure. The strap itself has 5 different settings with a minimum drop of 18 inches or 45 centimeters and a maximum drop of 22 inches or 55 centimeters. And not only can you wear this as a crossbody bag and a shoulder bag, but also as a clutch. And I'm really excited to get my Zumoni insert because the D-rings will allow me to use a chain strap as well, making this a really versatile piece for such a tiny bag. Isn't she the cutest? I just love this. It is so cute, and I don't think that the camera is picking it up on it very well, but this color is just it's to die for. So like I mentioned, this was the first bag that I picked up while I was in Italy. I actually bought it before I even got into the country. I had seen this bag on the Celine website. I've been really interested in trying something from Celine. Well, I had been really interested in trying something from Celine because I don't have any pieces from that brand other than this now, but I hadn't had any pieces from that brand previously. I was just really interested to see kind of get an idea of the quality. I really love the Celine Mini 16. I think that's such a beautiful understated bag. I wanted to kind of see what the leather was like, and I mean that bag is in calfskin. This is also in calfskin leather, and yeah, I would just really kind of wanted to experience something from the brand. And I had been browsing and I saw this. This is the Mini Claude. It used to be called the Mini Triomphe, I think, and then they renamed it to the Mini Claude because there's multiple versions of the Triomphe bag. I think that's kind of what I've gathered through different videos. I saw this and it came in so many colors. I'd always been a really big fan of this light stone color, and so I decided to kind of look for it in this color, and they had it. I would have really liked if it was the chain version. Well, I was hoping that it would come out in a chain version by the time I got to Italy because I had seen this, several months before that trip and was thinking about it then as well. But I mean, it didn't, and that's actually not really a huge deal actually now that I think about it, because the way that the chain version is, the chains kind of come out the back, whereas this, like you saw, has the little loops inside. And I actually ordered a Zumoni insert. Not that this bag really has much space for an insert, but I thought it would be cool to have because the one that I ordered, I asked them to put D-rings on it, which should give me the best of both worlds because I'll be able to wear it with a leather strap and a chain strap. I had been looking at this on the website for a while, and I mean, in Canada, it's I think like $1,700 plus tax. But in euro, it was like €1,000, and then with the VAT tax, it was like 8 something, and then with conversion, it wasn't $1,700 plus tax. And I thought, this would be like a really cute small piece for me to kind of test the brand with, and see how I like the leather and the construction and just the bag in general. I ended up looking for it on the website to see if it was available in any of the stores that I would be around, and it wasn't. And then I learned that Rinascente, it's basically, if you're Canadian, it's the Italian version of Holt Renfrew, whereas maybe I would say it's the Italian version of Saks or Bloomingdale's, maybe Nordstrom in the US, and they have a service called Rinascente On Demand, and it's basically an on-demand service where you can contact client advisors through WhatsApp or WeChat, basically through a messaging service, and tell them what you want, show them the picture, and then they'll place the order for you. They do it out of their Milan location, but I asked them if they would be able to source the bag and then ship it from Milan to Rome, and that way I could just pick it up while I was in Rome. And yeah, basically that's what they did. It was super simple. They don't do it for all of the brands. Like for example, Celine does it, and so do a lot of other brands, but Louis Vuitton doesn't, and certain other brands don't either. But they still have like Louis Vuitton in their department stores. It's just that the on-demand service isn't available for that brand. So as long as your brand is part of their on-demand program, you can ask them whether they are able to source an item for you, and then they'll order it in and then ship it to whatever location that you end up being closest to. And then you can just go and pick it up. And that's what I did. It was super easy. And they also took care of all of the VAT paperwork for me. So when I finally got to Rome, I think it had arrived the day before. And so when I got to Rome that evening, I just walked into the store. I told them which location, because Rome has two locations of that department store. And basically, I just told them which store I preferred. They let me know when it came in stock, and I went to pick it up. It literally was so quick. I went into their customer service. I told them that I was there for an on demand pickup, and they had everything bagged and packaged already. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was super simple, and I think it's a really, really great service to have. It was super convenient because I wouldn't have wanted to, they didn't have this available in the store there. And while they could have ordered it for me, I wouldn't have been in Rome long enough um, to wait for it to come in. So it was nice that it just ended up working out really well. So yeah, that's how I bought it. I hope that description made sense. That might be something that is worth keeping in mind if you are planning to go to Italy and have some shopping to do and you want to make sure that your item will be available. Definitely see if Rinascente offers the on-demand service for that brand, and if they do, and they confirm that the item that you want is available for them to source, then I think it's a really great service. At least you know that your piece will be there when you arrive to the city. The only thing is you have to pay in advance, but I mean that if you see it and you don't like it, you can get a refund. So yeah, it's just you have to pay for it to confirm the purchase so that they can go ahead with the order. I haven't had much of a chance to wear this yet. I think I wore it a couple times while I was in Italy, once as a crossbody and once as a clutch, just kind of like holding it like this. The one thing I will say is that it cannot fit cards in the card slot, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. So there's this card slot here, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a card slot right at the back here, and it doesn't fit cards. Like my cards don't fit. I don't understand what this piece of leather is here for if you can't get cards inside. And I'm not willing to like kind of stretch it out to make anything fit because I feel like I'm gonna ruin it. So yeah, that's something that I wasn't really impressed by, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Um, the rest of, I could fit a card holder kind of in the rest of it, so I guess it kind of makes up for it like that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And I hadn't realized before that they didn't fit because I had just been putting my card holder inside the couple times that I used it. Unfortunately, I haven't, like I said, haven't had much of a chance to use this bag since being back because, to be quite honest, I've been home working a lot. But yeah, I really do look forward to using it soon. And especially with the Zumoni insert, it'll add like a layer of protection to the inside of the bag. And I'm kind of nervous too that, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna ruin the leather or something, or stain the leather with something. I always get really nervous with, like lighter bags about that. Just to show you this issue up close, this is a regular credit card size card and it will not fit into the back slot. Turning it sideways prevents the flap from closing and would definitely crease the leather, so I don't know, I'm probably just not going to use that slot at all. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I try forcing it in? Yeah, I mean, so far I really do like it. I think it's really pretty. I love the color. It is tiny. It's like the tiniest bag that I have. That's okay. I don't mind that. I'm a tiny bag girl. Overall, I really think this is such an adorable little piece. I really am looking forward to using it more. I just need some places to go and some time to go to those places. And then I'll definitely get some use out of it. Also, once my Simone insert comes in, because I'm kind of nervous, like just because of how light it is, I'm nervous that, I don't know, I don't plan on putting like lipstick or anything that would stain the inside in here anyway, but I'm just nervous that, I don't know, I'm gonna do something to like scratch the leather or ruin it somehow. So I think having the insert will actually make this more usable for me, because I won't be so scared that I'm gonna do something, because it is a lighter color. If it were black, I don't think I'd have as much anxiety about it. But yeah, I really think this is such an adorable bag. I really love the color. I just love it. It's just so cute. I know it's tiny. Something else that annoys me about this that I noticed, so you see this, when you close it, the logo presses into the leather, and I literally have not used this bag legit more than 4 times. And every time I use it, I'm super gentle. I am gentle with all of my things. I take very good care of them. But essentially, every time you clip this, the logo presses into the leather. And because of that, it causes these little dents. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I saw that and it kind of drove me insane. It made me really sad actually. But yeah, you can see it like here and around here and up here, all because of this metal, all just because of this hardware here. So yeah, that's one thing that I can tell you that I don't like about this. And because of that, I've actually just been storing it like this. I store it like this, and I have like a little felt type cloth here. I don't think that's going to do anything, but it makes me feel a bit better temporarily. Also wanted to give you a closer look at the denting on the front part of the bag under the flap that's occurring as a result of the logo slash hardware pressing into the leather when snapping the flap shut. I actually noticed this while filming the close-up unboxing. Definitely disappointing, but not really sure if it's avoidable at all, but also something to keep in mind if you're planning to purchase any capskin pieces with a button closure logo, including this one. It also makes sense that I haven't heard of this being an issue on other versions of the Claude and Triomphe bags, because they don't have the same type of closure. I mean, I have the bag now, can't really do much about it. I just have to be careful about it, I guess. We'll see how it goes over time. I really hope it doesn't get much worse, because that would be really, really disappointing. But yeah, that was something that I really, really wanted to share with you guys, because that was upsetting, to say the least. But that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it insightful, especially if you're planning on buying one of these little guys, or you know, one of his brothers and sisters, a Claude or a Triomphe. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.